Hi everyone, so today I have a review of the Balm Cosmetics Even Steven Whipped Foundation. Mine is in the color Dark, and what I'll do today is do a quick demo and then give you my thoughts and review in the end. So give me a second and here's the demo. Okay, so close up of my face, but I'm going to start off by dotting this all over. And I just go in with my finger and place that, place that on my face. As you can see, this is actually a pretty good match for me at the moment. And it is a kind of thicker foundation where a little bit does go a long way, but if you apply more of it, you can get a kind of more full coverage. So I like to go in with a beauty blender. This is the one from Morphe brushes, and it's not my favorite beauty blender actually, but it's a good one. So I just go in and blend it out. Hopefully you can see that it is fairly easy to blend out this foundation, even though it's on the thicker side. So it is blending out beautifully. You do get a kind of satin finish from it, so this is not a matte finish, but you can see that it does a good job covering up my hyperpigmentation and my acne scarring, which are two big concerns when it comes to my skin. So there it is. So give me a second and I'll come back with a full review. Hi everyone, so I'm back with a full face now, and I want to give you my full review on the Balm Cosmetics Even Steven Whipped Foundation. First of all, the texture of this foundation is very whipped, as you saw in the application process. This is a thick foundation. And I actually don't mind that. For me, it's not a problem. I find that the most full coverage foundations are thicker, and so that can present some issues when blending out. But I actually I have never had any issues with this foundation in terms of blending out. My preferred method of application, as you saw, is a beauty blender. I've really been using this one from Morphe brushes, but I've also used brushes, and I have tried it with dense brushes, with kind of more fluffy foundation brushes, and they've all worked. It's also a foundation that is very easy to apply with your fingers. I don't like to kind of spread it out with my fingers, but I do put it on my face using my fingers and have not had any issues. The finish of this foundation is very, it's a satin finish. It's not matte and it's not glowy. I have very oily skin, like extremely oily skin, and this foundation keeps my face looking satiny the entire day. At no point during the day do I see or feel the oils peeking through, and the feeling aspect for me is incredibly important. Now I have worn this foundation on its own. It lasts all day. It lasts all day, even on my super long 16-hour days. It's just good. I really love this foundation, if you can't tell already. Mine is in the color Even Steven Dark. It's the dark color, and this is my one big gripe with this foundation, is that there's only one shade darker than this. And granted, once we get into fall and winter, I'm going to be a little bit lighter, and this foundation will be too dark for me. But right now, it is the perfect color. It matches me perfectly. We're in the middle of a heat wave in California, so I've been getting a lot of sun. But it matches me very nicely, and I think this is a huge problem because obviously there are a lot of people that will not be able to find a foundation match because this color range in this foundation is very it's terrible. It's a shame. And what I'm hoping is that as that it's popular, that it's a popular foundation, and that they expand their shade range, especially on the darker end of the spectrum soon, because I do think that this is a good foundation, right? Another problem that I have with this foundation is the quantity. When I saw these online, I thought these were going to be bigger containers, but as you can see, it is small. Let's see, what else can I use for reference point? This is my MAC Cosmetics concealer. This is a tiny. Now, all right, it's small. How much does it have in it? It is 0.45 fluid ounces. Now, typical foundations give you a full ounce. This is my NYX Total Control, and this one is 0.45 as well. So maybe this is just a trend now to give us half of what they used to give us. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is a full fluid ounce. Now, a full fluid ounce will last a long time. Half, if you are a foundation junkie like me, will still last you a long time. But if you are thinking about kind of getting the most bang for your buck, this might not be the one. It just is not. On the other hand, I do recommend this foundation if you find a shade that matches you, and for people that want a kind of medium to full coverage. And this is a buildable foundation, so I applied a kind of thick layer on my face in the demo, and that's how I prefer it, because I don't need to hide every single bit of my my acne scarring. But if you want to add a layer, it does layer very nicely. This is also a good foundation for people with oily skin. It lasts all day on oily skin, and it keeps you looking put together, which are huge pluses in my book. That this is the main things I require out of a foundation. This does it. Now, this, I have a feeling, is not a foundation that's going to I'm going to keep using into the winter and fall, only because of the shade, because this will not match me, and I'm not going to go out and buy a lighter shade of this. It can be a little bit tricky to match yourself in this foundation. I bought mine at Kohl's, so that's actually what I would recommend you do, is go to Kohl's, try their samples, see if someone there can match you, or you can match yourself. Now, the Balm does do a lot of sales throughout the year, and they often have 50% off sales, so that might be another good way to get it. So yeah, overall, I think this is a good foundation with a terrible shade range, but good results for people with oily skin. Now, it's not going to work for everybody. For somebody that wants a kind of more natural light coverage, this is not going to be the foundation for you. I also am not sure how dry skin would do with this. I think normal skin, because normal skin people can handle pretty much anything in their face. Dry skin, I'm not sure, because it's not a drying foundation. It's not fully matte foundation. So I actually think it might work for people with dry skin too. And I think it's that whipped moussey texture that makes it good for a lot of different skin types. Now, if you have dry skin or normal skin and you've tried this foundation, let us know down below what your experience has been, because I can only speak to oily skin, and really I can only speak to extremely oily skin, which is what I have. So that is it for me. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.